We're back. Microphone in the right place. All right. Hey, Ocheng. We love Star. What's up? What's up, Yao Modesto? Hello, everybody. Let me get out of here. I'm just spent the day working on adapting forming for a TV series now. There's been a little bit of a pivot. So I was making little episode 1 title, episode 2, episode 3, episode 4, episode 5, episode 6, 7, 8. 8 episodes. I think I can cover the whole thing in 8 episodes. We'll see if I have to push to 9 episodes or not. But I was just going through it and adding blank pages where I felt like I needed to fill in a little bit. Hey, Brandon's art. Thank you, sir. 6, 7, yeah. Anyway, so that's what I was doing earlier today, but I'm going to get back to animating because I need to be able to concentrate to do this, and I have to write and all that. So that's really hard to do online, so I'm going to go back to Blender and we're going to do some animating. What's my favorite video game of all time? Probably Elden Ring. Alright, open recent. Here we go. I mean, it's hard to beat. I mean, like, at this point, Elden Ring just, like, blew every other game out of the water. But like, what even compares? Yes, it is hard. I almost rage quit at the end on the final boss. I was very close to. I actually took like a week off because I found the final boss so frustrating. Okay. Let's see where we're at here.
My Audi's natural defense against predators like you. My Audi's natural defense against predators like you. My...
Okay. Maybe he should go up and down instead of just across. but I don't know.
My Audi's natural defense.
So I should do an in-between here.
Defense against predators. Against predators.
And I'll make this come in a little earlier.
Against predators. Against predators like. These natural defense.
Yeah, I wasn't able to, like, Raw Dog Elden Ring. I needed to use summons and get help from other players and stuff like that. But, you know, they put those things in there to use, so I didn't feel like I was cheating, you know? Do I want these streams to get big, or do I prefer a small community? I guess I probably want it to get big, but I don't know, you know, I don't know what to do to get big. So I'm totally happy with having a small community. But if it gets big, then, you know, I get like what do you call it? Partnership program, and I get some money and all that kind of stuff. So that's nice. But I don't think what I'm doing, maybe, I'm not sure if what I'm doing will get a large audience. I don't know. Unless I start putting out a bunch of like short animations that people like. But I've got some things in the oven, so yeah. Hopefully they come out soon. Like my pilot, the pilot I made for Cartoon Network should be coming out in the next couple weeks on the Warner Brothers YouTube channel. So things like that. So let's do. Yes, I will have a. I will have a pilot coming out on the Warner Brothers YouTube channel called Hungry Ghost. They're releasing one a week. They made like 20 of these pilots, so I made a pilot. So it should be showing up. And I don't know what the alphabet. They're airing them in alphabetical order, so mine starts with an H, so whatever order number that ends up being. Let's see. Somewhere around here. I mean, Hungry Ghost was in development for like a year and a half, 2 years, and didn't manifest, you know? But let's see here.
Natural defense. Natural defense.
But it's nice that it'll end up airing, you know, getting, you know, maybe if people like it, I don't know, you know, if it gets a good response, maybe they'll reassess it, but who knows? If I had chippable moments on the stream that could be posted as short form. Oh, clippable. Yeah. Let me know if there's anything you ever see that you think is clippable. Just tell me to clip it. Any luck getting? I'm meeting with my publisher tomorrow. I'm gonna talk to him about that stuff, about getting a famous author to say something.
Natural defense again. Natural defense.
Yeah, Alan Moore makes sense. I'll ask him about Alan Moore tomorrow. Hey, good job, Mega. All right, it's gonna start bulging out a little bit, I think. And it's gonna start bending his knees a little bit. Whoops. Bending his knees. And then let's go. Whoops. Let's go. Halfway. And then we'll go halfway. Here. Oops.
Against predators like you. My Audi's natural defense against predators like you. My Audi's natural defense against
Tighter.
predators like you. My Audi's natural defense against predators like you.
I think it should be more like Hey, Nacho Ninja. What's up?
Predators like you. My Audi's natural defense against predators like you. My Audi's natural defense against predators like you.
Alright.
My Audi.
Alright, let's try to start doing some lip sync. So let's do let's copy this. Have that M start here. Nope, it should start here. Okay. And we'll do a little Hey, thanks, Abbott Holtz. Good luck with your work tomorrow. Hope it goes well for you. My Audi. So we gotta duplicate this again. And we'll do an O shape. My Audi. So I probably have to continue that mouse shape from here to here. So I'll erase these lips here. Oops. Oops. There you go. I don't know if that's the right approach to the 3/4 lip here, but I'm just going to do it for now. Did I hear about the new cartoon shorts dropping on YouTube? I hope Hungry Ghost gets shown soon. Yes, I was just talking about that. I saw the drop last week. I did talk to a person over at Warner Brothers about it, and they said that they're airing them all. As far as they know, they're airing all of them in alphabetical order. So, Hungry Ghost starts with a H. I don't know how many of the 20s plus shorts start with the A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I know there's Levon Johinian made one called, I think it's called like Dang It's Dracula. So that'll air before mine. But I'm not sure what the other ones are called. So yeah, look forward to that. Should be coming out in the next couple months, couple weeks. I appreciate any hype. So we'll do a N shape here. Natural. Um,
Audi's natural
so the N here is really emphasized, so I'm gonna have him kind of flinch a little bit when, like, you know, straining to get the consonant out here. And then we'll have a squinty eyes here.
natural defense, natural defense, natural defense.
I think I gotta do a new pose, totally new pose here. I'll keep the lower body pretty much the same, but then I'm going to erase the top of the body. Yeah, what did you think of, what was it called? What was it called? A is for something? A for Angel? Did you watch that? A for Angel? I don't know that person who made it. Let's see here. Whoops. Okay, here we go. Stretching out. So I think the eyes should be bigger. So let's go. Have I read any good comics lately? I haven't been reading any comics lately. I have a big pile of them on my book. I've got the latest Crickets on my bed, that I haven't read yet. I bought an old Simon Hanselman book that I haven't read yet. They're just sitting around waiting for me to read them. Too busy to stop and enjoy comics. How about you? Have you read any good comics lately? Anything you recommend? Oops. Hmm. Yeah, it's sitting by my bed. I gotta read it. D-E. What did I do? Here we go. And this should be an F shape. So let's go. Banjo.
Natural defense. Natural defense. Natural defense.
And this is a nice expression, but doesn't match the mouth shape it should be for the words. So I need a S.
Natural defense against predator. My Audi's natural defense against predator. My Audi's natural defense against
Natural.
Audi's natural.
Hmm. I could try to combine a bunch of different mouth shapes into one. Let's see. It's crazy looking. Let's see.
Natural defense. Natural defense.
I think this matchup has to be a little clearer.
Natural defense against predator. Audi's 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 natural
Okay. I just got the latest Crumb book, and Cabby is the really slick-looking Euro Noir book. Crazy Cabby Driver. Immediately. Oh yeah, I got the latest Crumb book too. I read it. I just bought it for posterity, but I read it at the gallery. He had all the original pages up at a gallery show that I went to. You're eagerly awaiting the latest Shaolin Cowboy. There's this Wonder Woman comic I want to buy where she uses Superman's dead skull and spine to beat up dudes. That sounds fun. And then this should be against I haven't read a superhero comic in a really long time. I think the last superhero comic I read was like just the Jim Lee Justice League reboot or whatever from probably 10 years ago. Wow, Evan Dorkin is making comics still? I didn't know. I actually didn't know. He was still doing stuff. I haven't really... I guess I haven't kept track of his work. Like, why would he have ever stopped, you know? I used to see his stuff, Milk and Cheese, when I was in high school. And then wasn't he really like sort of political online or something like that, right? On Twitter or something? I want to say. I think I remember the tone of his tweets more than I remember his comics. And then I need a G here. Okay, yeah, I remember that. No idea how he does. Trying to make my own comic and I'm stuck. I admire people who continue to grind. I don't know how they do it. It's a good question. I think, well, one is that you're born without, you know, any sort of like attention deficit disorder or anything like that. You just are able to concentrate. And then the second one being there's some like counter illness that causes you to have a drive to endlessly grind. I think that that is also perhaps some sort of neurological I don't know. Living a balanced life, I think. If you have the tendency to live a balanced and healthy life, maybe you don't get much done either. You sort of are like, oh, I'm gonna go have a tea party with my friends, and I'm gonna go hey, Ace and Deuce. I'm gonna schedule some vacation time at Great Adventure or whatever, and then we're going hop balloon. You know, the people you see who are always on vacation, living their best lives, and I always think those people are perhaps maybe they're happy. Oh, you're trying to call in. Ace and Deuce. Let me see. I'm not on Discord currently, but I can jump on Discord right now if you want to call in. Let's have a look here. I don't even think they're the Wally people in chairs. I think they're more like just people who prioritize having a good, full life. And for me, being so mentally ill myself, I perceive that as weakness. So let's see. Ace and Deuce, have you commented in the main Holy Temple chat? Oh, you don't have the Discord link. Well, you can join the Discord, but you won't be able to jump in the Twitch chat because you have to be sort of like a vetted. There should be a link to my Discord in Twitch on Twitch. But I can post it in the chat too. Invite. Let's see here. Create. Show. 1 second. Invite to server. Copy. Here's a server invite. Oh wait. Oh, I gotta do it in Twitch. So invite to the Discord. Is that enough to be vetted? No, it's not, because it's very dangerous for me to even have an open line for people to call in. And I've made the mistake before where someone unvetted jumped on the call and said some really nasty things that could get me kicked off any platform. So I just can't risk it. Sorry, Ace and Deuce, but you're going to have to participate in the Discord to become a trusted member. My friend. No, because it's your account on in the Discord that matters to me. If that makes sense. How do I get rid of the? Okay, here we go. Yeah, sorry about that, but if you jump in the Discord and you know, chill and talk to people, and we get to comfortable with who you are, you're free to call in. You'll be given access to the Twitch chat. Let's see here. Oh, there you are. Hello. So anyway, hope you're having a good night, Ace and Deuce. Yeah, just post some cat gifs. Post some pictures of your own cat if you have a pet in the pet section. Nice. So I gotta have them here. Do another pose. We'll go erase, erase, erase. Yeah, problem solving is a big factor in making comics and storyboards. And also being into the process. You have to be into process rather than results when it comes to making comics, I think. You just have to enjoy the making of a thing with no expectation of ever finishing it, I think. Or else you'll go crazy. Am I a Richard Corbin fan? Yes, I'm a big Richard Corbin fan. I was just talking about Richard Corbin to some buddies of mine at a coffee shop the other day, and how I consider Richard Corbin one of the greats as far as like painting goes. I rate very highly Richard Corbin and Simon Beasley in my own personal hierarchy of comic book artists. I'll shrink you down, give you a little bit of a... What's this called? Antic? Is that what it's called? The Urs. I think this pose is going to go with an is. And then I'm going to go a big one here. Do I make comics? I'd love to see them. Can you send a link in the chat? Yeah. You can read my 15-year-long webcomic that's coming out in print in September. One second. Twitch. Channel. Here you go. Here's a link to my webcomic I started back in 2009 that ran up to last year. Let's see here. Predators. So that won't go. Erase all this stuff. Oops. Yeah, Fantagraphics is putting it out in September. Predators. Uh, hey, what's going, BuzzTunes? Oh yeah, 1977 Hobbit. That's a good one. Is my most recent one in August. I'm interested as to why you took a break. Not sure what you mean. August. Oh yeah, I didn't take a break. I finished the story. It's over. So the whole story is going to be reprinted by Fantagraphics in September. Am I going to Den HCS? I don't know what that is. Den HCs. I don't know what the HCs means. Is it like a Den convention? The thing is, like, I don't think Richard Corbin was a good writer. Really. But he's like one of the greatest comic book artists. Oh my god, what was that? Yeah, it's a complete story. You could finish the whole thing in an afternoon if you wanted. The webcomic is also incomplete a little bit. I added some more pages for the print version and also fixed some continuity errors and stuff. So you're reading on the web, you're reading the raw version, that just like the unedited raw version that would come out as I posted pages as I would finish them, you know. Nice. Manhwa. I don't know Manhwa. This is scene number 20 out of 23. Yeah, he's getting ready to do his attack move. His lethal belly button attack. Oh, Chinese graphic novels. We need to do this. You read a lot of manga, no, that's what led you to. Okay. I don't know that much Korean or Chinese graphic novels, really. What's a good one that you would recommend? Oh, Webtoon, yeah, Webtoon. I always thought like if I did another webcomic, maybe I would do it on Webtoon. Seems to be where all the audience is for webcomics. But I think there might be some weird thing with rights. Intellectual property rights on Webtoon. Because they reached out to me like 2 years ago about adapting one of their webcomics for animation. And it was like a zombie romance comic or something like that. And I was like, hey, yeah, I mean, I'll check it out. I'm interested. Let me talk to the author. And they were like, we're not involving the author. And then I thought that was very strange. So I got kind of weirded out and didn't want to get involved in something where I'd be adapting someone's work basically without their consent. Seemed very strange to me. And on top of that, the comic itself was fucking terrible. So let's see, this doesn't look right. Oops. I had a lot of dedicated readers, which was interesting. So that kind of made me sort of fascinated with the ecosystem of Webtoon. Like, if you're consistent, you can kind of build an audience there regardless of the quality of your work. I think I have to do one more. Pose. Unfortunately, I can't keep this nice little pursed expression. I have to keep this one. Copy.
Predators like.
And this one, doesn't make, it's coming in too fast here, so get rid of that. And I'll keep this one. Copy. Paste. And we'll do Shrinky. All right. It's extremely minimizing, and I personally think dangerous to take human personalities and limit them to a small number when they are such a variety. Have I heard the Enneagram theory? What are your thoughts on it? I don't know what Enneagram theory is. Oh, I see what you're saying. Enneagram theory. Let me look it up. Theory. Enneagram theory describes 9 interactive personality types, which right, where you're like, you take the little test and you're like, I'm INJTZ whatever. I've done this test before, and I can't remember anything I got out of it personally. I know people like to post them on their dating profiles and stuff like that. Yeah, I just can't remember anything about it. I think this works for people who really like, you know, categories and things, and it can be fun. You know, the same way astrology can be fun, but I don't know. I don't really, it's so complicated that I don't really, I don't know what it adds up to. Like, if someone's like, I'm a INJ whatever, right? I'm a type 5 ERS whatever. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what that means because I'm not dialed into that system. To me, it's like, do you find it fun? Then okay, cool. That's sort of how I feel about it. I feel the same way about astrology. If you find it fun, then get into it. But I don't really understand it. I would say that the most I've ever done to try to understand my personality is I took a test to see if I was autistic at one point. I don't remember Jodorowsky mentioning that in Holy Mountain, but maybe he did. I haven't watched Holy Mountain in a while. Although I have it as a screensaver in there. I haven't saved this. I mean, I like astrology, like, on some level it's fun. Oops. I always say oops. I don't even know how to live by those. I can't keep track of what even the categories are, so it would be totally useless for me. My brain would immediately like eject it. I can remember as much as like, hey, I'm a Capricorn, Capricorn, Scorpio rising. I know those two things, and I barely understand what Scorpio means. And everything I read about Capricorn is pretty accurate to me, so I'm like, yeah, I'm classic Capricorn. Do I like Paul Pope's work? I think Paul Pope is a great comic artist. I haven't really read that much of his stuff. Back in the day, my friends were like obsessed with. So I had some friends who were obsessed with Paul Pope. But I really haven't read his work. I've just flipped through his illustrations and things. But I think he's a really great comic book artist. And I'm not sure why he's living off of Batman commissions currently. It kind of actually makes me feel weird. He just seems to be online doing Batman commissions all day long. On this one website I saw.
Predators like you. My Audi's natural defense against 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 predators like you.
Alright, so let's have it ease in and ease out here. What do you want, buddy? Hi. Yeah? You wanna come up here? My cat's meowing at me. Hi. What do you like Paul Pope's work? Alex Neal 5166. When my cat licks me, it smells like fish food. Your mouth smells like fish food, buddy. Alright, I just gotta do the ease in and ease out here, and I'll keep the mouth shapes pretty rough. I'm not gonna in between them, just let them be more South Parky. Because your boy's gotta get this thing done. I'm trying to make this fast. It's been taking me a month. Ain't that right? Isn't that right, buddy? Right. Alright. Might be able to use that. Let's see if this works. And then let's go. Wink. And we'll just shrink this down.
Predators like my Audi's natural defense against predators like my Audi's natural defense against predators like my Audi's
I don't like the opening. Let's see here. This should go more like this. Let's loop it.
My Audis, my Audis, my Audis, my Audis, my Audis, my Audis, my Audis.
I think that my, this should be a wider mouth. Did I hear about what's happening with Adobe Animate? No, I haven't heard. The Brush Inking style is top tier. There's something magical about it. His storytelling always seems to be in motion, which I love. Kind of like Fury Road. That's cool. Yeah, I should go back and read his like 90s stuff. I should go back and check it out again. It's been a long time since I've seen it. Ugh. Alright, let's just do this. Let's erase his mouth, his lips. We'll bring down his jaw. Try to do a more expressive my. What's going on with Adobe Animate, CJ Vesinator? They're basically shutting down the service for New Year's is starting March this year. Holy shit. That's crazy. A lot of people are gonna be pissed. I think his eyeballs should be bigger too. My? Oops. Whoops. That looks better. I know a few people that are, you know, dedicated to Adobe Animate. I mean, I've been in nerdy conversations with people who've just been like Adobe Animate, for, you know, forever. Despite all the flaws, they hate Toon Boom, and they just like the way Animate. They're used to the Animate's like, you know, Lord Spew. If you know him, he's a Animate guy. Well, I guess everybody's gonna have to start migrating over to Blender. Alright, let's save our work here, and let's take a look here.
My Audi's natural defense against predators like you. My Audi's natural defense against predators like you. My Audi's natural defense against predators like.
It's pretty chunky, but
My Audi's natural
maybe I'll do on that like eyebrow raise.
defense against
I'll do just a little bit of these out here.
predators like you. My Audi's natural defense against predators like you. My Audi's natural defense against predators like you. My Audi's natural defense against predators like you.
So then we got, let's see, where we got oh, I didn't even download the I didn't even import that background. All right, let's see what background I need to put in here. Studio Digital. Yoink, yoink, yoink. Video exports. Video exports. It's where is it? This one, okay. So this is the this is the reference. Oops. Oh my god, I'm still not used to the way my Mac resizes windows, even though I don't tell it to. Stop it. Okay. So I have to import that background.
Emotionally cheated on you with your wife. I don't even have the equipment, to be quite frank.
Uh-huh. So we're gonna go to object mode, add, image, mesh plane. I think it's scene 1. Yep. Import. Make sure I'm getting the right size on this. Let's see. It would be about here. Bring it up about here. And then shrink it about there. Out here. I have to eyeball everything. I haven't figured out how to import background images exactly the size that I need them. That's something I need to look into for as far as like Blender goes. This isn't correct. It needs to be like way in deep here like this. Let's see. Hey, thanks, CJ. Okay. He's a little bit bigger in this scene. So there's a little bit of a leeway here. But I think comes up to about here. Somewhere like there. All right. And,
My Audi's natural defense against predators like you. My Audi's natural defense against predators like you. My Audi's natural defense against predators like you.
all right, save it. All right, I gotta pee real quick. I'll be right back. Doobie-doo. Okay. Alright, I just gotta color this bad boy and put some rim light on it. Good stuff, so. Let's do this. And we're gonna bring in the colors. Materials. I'll go here and then here. Okay, and then we're gonna go to the material section, and we're gonna bring in some materials. Nice. Set mouth. Looks like I already had the materials here. I don't know why. Mysteries of Blender. I've yet to figure out sometimes why certain things work a certain way. But here we are. Okay. Is today Groundhog's Day? Didn't know. I've got a buddy apparently who is one of the people who's invited to Groundhog's Day, the Groundhog's Day ceremony every year. My buddy Bradford, who I just hung out with in Tucson. Okay. So, the only thing I gotta fix is over here. I gotta add some keyframes. Save my work. Six more weeks of winter, okay. Well, we don't really have winter here in Los Angeles. Okay. Let's do this. I'm on the correct layer. And I just gotta, oops. So what I do is I mark all the places where the color is supposed to go. And someday Blender will figure out a more efficient way to do this. But it is what it is. In TV Paint, you just stroke the empty area and it just like auto fills it for you without any weird artifacting on the layer beneath. But you know, we can't all be TV Paint, because you know what's wrong with TV Paint is the line work is destructible, which is annoying. So that's why I've always avoided TV Paint. I don't want to animate with raster. I want to be able to move stuff around without destructing the line. Because I'm not good enough. I'm not a good enough animator to work like that. Personally. I need the crutch of vector. I need that vector line. Southern California is not quite desert. It's like somewhere in between. At least LA. I guess parts of California are desert, but yeah, desert with green lawns. Some cactus here and there. Lots of succulents. You want to hear Portray? Oh, you live in the Inland Empire. How far do I get into Berserk? I just got to the part where Griffin has the big character shift. And I have not bought the volume after that, although I should. You just reminded me that I should order that. Since Berserk was the last comic I actually was like burning through. Everything else kind of takes me a while because attention span is so fried by my phone. Luckily, my phone somehow hasn't affected my ability to sit down and draw. But it has like kind of fucked with my ability to sit down and just read a book. I think it's like done pretty severe damage to my book reading attention span.
Hello.
Hello. Who are we speaking to?
M.
Hey, what's up? Let me bring you up on the...
Doing okay. I'm trying to get freaking background done.
Oh, background done.
Still working on it.
Right, for your...
Oh.
What was that again? Was it a group project thing?
Yeah, student film.
Student
that
film.
I'm helping out on.
Okay.
The hell that is slowly working together on something and making it work and exist.
Yeah. Is it further along since last time?
Yeah, definitely further along. Unfortunately, it's taken a lot longer than I guess I would have anticipated.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? I saw my background lead. He's kind of been going through it and struggling too. And I'm like, you know what? If it's not just me, then I'm fine.
Okay.
Awful way to look at it, but yes.
Alex Neal asks, how far did you get into Berserk? Oh, wait. I already answered that. Timmy went to Spain. It's cool.
Who went to Spain?
Timmy Donahue, 5295.
Oh, wow.
Let's see here. Almost putting down this color. How much time do you have to do your backgrounds?
A couple of days, but I think I will be getting an extension due to the
okay.
fact that this is a big boy shot. And when I've submitted my progress, I didn't get any feedback due to the fact that I think that you've just been swamped with work. So I think I'll be fine. But I'm definitely gonna ask for an easier background next time. Woo. Definitely.
Well, it's nice when you don't get feedback sometimes. And you can just cruise.
Kinda. It's more so like I know they will give me something.
Oh, I see.
But it's just like they haven't had the time to go back. Nobody's had really super much time to take care of things, so we're doing what we can.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. What is the background you're painting?
I'm doing a Grandmaster staircase.
Oh, okay.
So pretty cool looking.
It's already drawn?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm doing the paint, but I have to now also do the I did elements and then they're like, I think we have to redo them, and I'm like, oh, I should not have done this as my first one because I'm still getting to learn the style. But it's okay. This is a student film at the end of the day. It is fine.
This is an interesting color process. Yes, it is one that I've learned to do in Blender, and it definitely could be way more efficient, but because Blender's color fill bucket is so shitty, this is the way I've sort of learned to do it, so that I don't have to constantly be searching and correcting bad color fills. in Blender, and hopefully someone will develop an add-on that will replace what I'm currently using at some point. Is my hope.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Because if you just try to color fill bucket, it's a complete disaster on any sort of character that's remotely detailed. Even as simple as this character is, it would be a real nightmare. So don't feel like dealing with it, so I'm using this tool called NijiPen that you just mark the areas where you want the color to go, and it sort of like does a smart fill of everything.
That's cool.
Once you're done. And it mostly works. It even the smart fill isn't quite smart enough, but it mostly does a good job. And then I just go in and fix stuff where I see mistakes. But it's better than the Blender regular tool, regular fill bucket, for sure. Have I tried audiobooks, Jesse? My attention span has gone to shit. I really don't enjoy audiobooks, I gotta be honest. I don't absorb any of the information I get from audiobooks. I still would rather just read.
I love reading.
Yeah. Because I just absorb it better if I'm having to read it. If I listen to audiobook, it goes in one ear out the other. I think I forgot to do his hands this whole time. Yep. Fish Wizard. Is Fish Wizard one tarot reading?
Ooh, you're doing tarot readings?
I do them for subscribers, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. If they have a question. No pressure. Some people can't think of questions, so... And I really should do all my mouth shapes on separate layers. It's like a separate object.
I think you can have multiple drawing substitutions on the same layer, technically, because that would be like a rig, right?
Wait, say that again?
You can have, I'm pretty sure if you're working on Harmony, you can
Oh,
have
I'm working in
multiple
Blender.
drawings. Oh, Blender. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, then I would do like a mouth swap, whatever object. You can do a similar thing in I actually don't want to do that too much because I actually want to draw unique mouth shapes for everything. But I don't want to just South Park it, you know?
Nah.
And I want the whole body, if I can, to like be moving with the mouth and all that kind of stuff. Not just mouth swapping or whatever.
Yeah.
But I could draw the mouth on a separate layer to make it easier to color. I just haven't been doing that. Because I just want to get through it when I'm drawing all the different poses. I just get impatient, I guess.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Why has my...
Maybe it would help. I could do less keyframes and things, I guess. I don't know. Something. There's something where probably would save me time. But
Yeah.
okay. Alright, let's do his lips. Yoink yoink. Once I'm done this, there'll be a big magic color fill all at once. Oh yeah, I forgot that that French animated film Arco is out, I think, in theaters. I should go catch it.
And
Well,
so is Iron Lung.
oh yeah, Iron Lung, right? That's that YouTuber horror movie, right?
Markiplier, yeah.
Markiplier. I'm not familiar with him. What's his deal?
You don't know who Markiplier is?
No, who is he?
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
He was like huge in the early 2000s.
For what? For doing
Well,
what?
kind of early 2000s, early YouTube, like 2010,
Okay.
and that from then on. I don't know if he was around in 09, 08, but he's been huge for a long time.
Okay. For doing what?
He would used to do like little gaming streams, this and that. He
Okay.
became like, he was like one of the original people who really pioneered it. And so yeah, he ended up doing an indie kind of on an indie budget. He sunk a lot of his own money into it, and made it with that.
Mm-hmm.
So far it's come across really successful, but I think Hollywood's tried to take him off the top of the charts.
Oh yeah, how come?
Yeah, because I don't know, they're mad that they got an indie film out there that's making it big. Making it bigger than a lot of...
Yeah, I heard that he's
Hollywood
directly
now.
dealing with theaters, right? So
Yeah.
he's basically like splitting the door with them kind of thing. And yeah, I heard he's like I forget what, like 10x his profits or something. I mean whatever the cost of the movie.
Yeah.
He's like yeah, I heard all those things. I watched someone reviewing it, and they said they liked it. So I guess it's doing really well. That's like the first case where someone, because there was another YouTuber who made a horror movie earlier this year.
And it sucked.
I don't know if it sucked, but I heard people, it had really mixed reviews, I guess.
Yeah.
I forget who that was. Mark something or something. Stuckman? Was it Mark Stuckman? It was like
Honestly,
it was like a
zero clue.
YouTube movie reviewer who made a horror movie, I think. Which is pretty gutsy for a critic to make a movie. You've been watching some Graham Fall cartoons. On Talkative Bunny, he ended up working on Adventure Time later on. Did he have any artistic influence on the Adventure Time crew? I mean, Graham Falk is a great storyboard artist. He's a really sweetie, very quiet. He moved back to Canada a couple years ago. But I don't think it's very hard for anyone to copy. It's hard for people to be influenced by him because he's so unique in the way his approach, almost like very singular, his voice.
That's cool.
So it's not an easy thing to emulate. If you wanted to emulate Graham Falk, it would be pretty hard. I think that's my sort of take on that. I've had some people say they copied me doing something, and when I looked at it, I'm like, I don't really understand what you mean by that. So, I've been influenced by other people in little bits of, little things here and there, but I don't know. I think Graham Falk, especially, is hard to imitate. Just gonna skip that. When's your work going to be finished? I guess when I die.
No.
I'm not sure if that's the question.
No, what?
Well, Timmy asked when is my work going to be finished? Right? So
I hope sometime eventually.
yeah, when I'm dead.
No, why when you're dead?
Because I'm just going to keep going until the wheels fall off.
Until you die?
I think so. What else am I going to do?
Damn. I don't know, live?
Yeah, living is working is living. Drawing is living. I don't know.
No, Jesse, please.
What else is there to do?
Don't fall.
What am I gonna
it.
do? Go to Disney World? What am I supposed to do?
No, like go outside.
Yeah, I do that. I go outside.
Travel, enjoy time with friends. Get a
I
new
travel.
hobby.
Yeah, I do have some other hobbies. Yeah, but mostly I'm here working and mostly drawing. But I do, I do jiu-jitsu. I go to parties sometimes. I enjoy a good pickle with some friends. today I was out at the cafe, hanging out with my buddy Alex. Yeah, so I do other things, but Timmy asked, when am I going to be done? When's my work going to be done? And I don't think I'll ever stop working. Yeah, like Tezuka. Tezuka died. He died trying to draw more pages of comics.
Really? He did?
Yeah, I think he was like on his deathbed and he was just crying like, let me work. And I thought that was pretty... I'm like, that sounds about right.
You were like, I want that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think so. Being on vacation is boring. I mean, you know, like, lounging around is boring to me. I just want to be making things.
That's fair.
Yeah. Like, what am I going to do? Sit on the beach and read 50 Shades of Grey?
Well,
Fuck
it
that
doesn't
shit.
have to be 50 Shades of Grey.
Mm-hmm.
You could do many things.
I could read The Maze Runner.
You could read what's that one, the boy, the BL one that's really popular now? What the frick is it called? What is it? Heated Rivalry?
Oh, is that the hockey one?
Yeah.
What, is that
you
a
should
book?
Go read Heated Rivalry.
Is it a book? I thought it was a TV show.
I think it came from a book.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's boring. What's not boring?
Sure.
What's not boring is drawing. For me.
That is hilarious.
Okay, so
I like to draw, but I'm going to crash out because this stupid brush does not want to work. And it is chugging my entire computer, and nobody made any... Everyone has a problem with this brush, and yet the one thing that I'm going to fault, like, the team for is I'm like, you guys need to find an alternate brush if you know that this brush causes lag for mostly everybody. You guys need to have used another brush.
what's that? Oh, thanks for the bits. Thank you for the bits. Alright, I'm going to hit the fill button now, and it's going to magically color everything. There's not going to be any mistakes. So let's go. Fill. Fill. And the wheel spins round and round. Yeah, Tezuka's last words were, "Please just let me work."
That's crazy.
And you know, Joe Matt, the LA comic book artist, he died maybe 5 or 6 years ago. He died at his drawing table, which seems like a very, although sad, very poetic way to go for a comic book artist. I think Joe could have taken better care of his health, but I wonder what Miyazaki will say on his deathbed.
He's probably gonna say, "I hate my son."
He's gonna say, "My son was a disappointment." Oh, I forgot to color his tongue. Oh well, I'll fix that. I'll fix that after this is done filling in. I think Miyazaki's protected enough that he doesn't have to worry about AI. You know, there's that, people like to show that video that of him like going off on the AI thing. But the thing that they were showing him, they weren't showing him generative AI. They were showing him a 3D character that was teaching itself to walk. If you ever watched that clip. And then he's like horrified by it. It's still like artificial intelligence, but it's different than large language model learning kind of thing. Boy, this is taking a while. Hope it works. Come on, Nijipan. Oh, yes. There we go. Okay. Let's see how we did here. Oh. Oop. Oh. All right, not too bad. Just a couple mistakes here and there. All right, let's just go in and fix a few things. Oops. Put that in the fill. And then we go 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. I wonder why that happened. Why do artists die at the table? I think because they're there all the time. My old judo teacher, Mr. K, he worked at a UPS shipping depot, and he died just like after he gave a speech to all the drivers. he sat down in a chair and just died. They thought he was taking a nap. So that's a pretty optimal way to go, I think. You just unexpectedly just check out. Shout out to Mr. K.
I would love to go out like my great grandma.
Yeah? How was that?
Apparently my great grandma could still run around and that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
Up until like 105,
Mhm.
or so says my mom.
Mhm.
99, 105. Regardless, she managed to keep going for quite a while.
Mm.
And something that's really interesting is that she one day she used to play and take care of the kids and help around the house, this and that, yada yada.
Mhm.
And one day she was just like, oh, I can't feel my legs anymore.
Mhm.
And she's like, oh, I'm dying.
Mhm.
Okay, you guys, I'm dying. Everyone, go get everyone. Tell everyone that I'm dying. This is it, you guys.
Mhm.
That's it for me. And so everyone came, said goodbye, and then she died
Wow.
the next day. She's just like, oh, okay. And then bam,
Yeah.
there she goes. That is honestly how I'd want to go.
Seems pretty good.
Yeah. So I hope that's how I go. I hope that's how my mom goes. So ripe old age of, what's it, 99? Yeah.
99. You don't want to make it to 100?
I could, yeah, sure, why not? I want my mom to make it to 100.
Yeah, I'd like it if my mom made it to 100.
That you gotta start making your mom exercise.
Yeah, she works in the garden a lot. I think that
Oh,
brings...
that's good. Oh, she's set. Oh, she's set. I gotta get my mom to. She loves gardening, but I gotta get her back.
Alright. Save it. Salutations, you're dying. Wuhan fishmonger. I guess we're all slowly dying as we get older.
Oh, we do. It's oxygen. Oxygen is the thing that keeps us alive and kills us.
Is it oxygen? I thought it was gravity.
Oxygen slowly causes the cells in our... I believe so. I believe this is it. Don't quote me on this, but I've heard that oxygen, slowly, very slowly, basically, you know, leads us down to aging. And, after years and years and billions of cell multiplications and whatever it's called, mitosis, slowly, the cells begin to basically create copies of themselves that are neither fully complete nor neither fully like proper. So these broken copies that they make from themselves, and so then these broken copies, only because it's mitosis and you're only basically coming from your own self, you're then broken copies, and then they're creating broken copies, and then there's nothing really, you know, there's no good healthy cell to go off of because it's just broken copies. So eventually slowly they do that also in skin cells, sun exposure also does the same thing.
Oh, okay.
Sun exposure, people who work in the sun and sun exposure will often prematurely age the skin because it damages them. And when you have those damaged cells, after so many repetitions of kind of splitting and cloning themselves, these damaged cells eventually just lead to wrinkles and all of that.
That's why that's why you gotta have a parasol.
Yeah, a little parasol.
Let's see.
Most people are like, oh no, what if I get I know in a lot of cultures, traditionally people would try not to get tanned or whatever,
Mhm.
but that's not actually the tanning that would do anything to you. It is the sun. It is the UV rays. Always
Mhm.
wear sunscreen, no matter your skin tone.
Oh,
Always wear sunscreen.
I never wear sunscreen.
Sunscreen is really important to protect yourself from the UV, even in the winter, which I'm like, dang, I don't put sunscreen on in the winter, but maybe
Mhm.
I should. I would then look younger in many years,
Hmm.
perhaps.
Well, I've almost never worn sunscreen my whole life.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Let's see here. All right. Toot toot toot. Toot toot. Save.
My Audi's natural defense against predators like you. My Audi's natural defense against predators like you.
All right. Save. Looking like a real YouTube Shorts animation.
Yippee!
All right. Let's render it. Render. Oops. Something. Oh, I know what's going on. Okay. Take care of it in a second. Yeah, sunscreen smells good. I like the smell of sunscreen.
Agree.
I heard the AT crew used to have poetry contests. Hold on. People are asking questions. Does she pile the leaves and create topsoil for next year? Oh, my mom? I don't know what she does. She's just always gardening. I heard the AT crew used to have a poetry contest. I've never heard of such a thing. Kind of makes sense. There's only so many rejuvenations. Yippee, messy bunion. I don't know what you guys are saying right now. Okay. Well, that highlight is too thick. So let's... Okay. Alright, let's figure that out. Let's go. But there.
My Audi's natural defense against predators like you.
Okay. And then we'll get rid of the ref. And camera, okay. Alright, that should do it. Save it. I'll make sure. Okay. Render again. There we go. Alright, let's see check our work here.
My Audi's natural defense against predators like you.
There it is. Took me all day. Oh wait, that's not true. It took me... Started working on this at maybe around 4 o'clock. About 5 hours. Alright.
Oh, Jesse, if there was one country in the world that you haven't been to yet, that you would want to visit, which one would it be?
Scene 20. I would say... Wait, thanks, CJ. Instinctually, I say Tibet.
Tibet? Really?
Yeah.
That's cool. Why
Cool.
Tibet?
I have a memory of there's a documentary called The Sweatbox, which is about the making of The Emperor's New Groove. It was a documentary made by Sting, because Sting did the music for the original Emperor's New Groove. And his wife made a documentary while they were making it.
Oh, okay.
And it's an unofficial doc, never got officially released, so you can watch like pirated copies of it.
Okay.
And throughout the film, they keep trying to get in touch with Sting.
Okay.
Because he's writing songs for the musical. But Sting is living this like really lavish lifestyle. You know? So he's jet setting around the world the whole time, but he's got the composer, his like assistant composer, Disney composer, traveling around with him the whole time in case they need to write some music. And there's a scene where they get in touch with Sting, and if I remember this correctly, they're in Tibet in a hot spring. It's Sting and the Disney composer.
Okay.
And you can tell the Disney composer guy is just like, I can't believe I'm doing this. Every time, like, it'll cut back to them and they'll be like riding a yak or something.
That's
you know?
so funny. Oh my god.
And I just remember being like, the vibes there seem like, you know, maybe my vibe.
That's awesome.
I mean, I don't know, you know, who knows for sure, but I really don't know. I mean, so many. I'm pretty jaded about traveling. I think.
Why?
Because I think first of all, any first world country you go to is basically the same. It's like they're all just like.
That's why you gotta come over to the second world countries. You gotta come to Bulgaria.
Yeah. Right,
We're
Bulgaria
so
seems
crazy
cool.
over here.
Yeah, maybe I would go to Transylvania.
Don't go to Transylvania.
Why
How dare
not?
you?
Why not?
Go to Bulgaria.
I
You're gonna
don't-
tell me nah, I'm actually gonna go to Transylvania.
Well, Transylvania has really good lore, you know.
Yeah. Well, the oldest city in Europe is in Bulgaria. It's in Plovdiv.
I know, but Transylvania doesn't have. I mean, Bulgaria doesn't have Vlad the Impaler, so.
We have Alexander the Terrible.
I don't know who that is.
Tis.
I mean, I'm sure Bulgaria is cool. I don't know,
I'm joking with you. Don't worry.
but I had a friend who lived in Transylvania for years,
Wow.
and he would
How
always
was
be like,
that?
"You should come out here, come to Transylvania," but I never did.
Oh. And now you're like, I feel guilty, so now it's time for me to go.
No, I don't know. There's no, I don't know. I don't know. I am trying to figure out.
okay.
I am trying to figure out where to move. I'm trying to figure out like how do I get out of the U.S. I think I'm trying. Like where would I go?
Do you have EU citizenship? Because if not, you can do Canada.
No, I don't like Canada. I don't care for Canada.
Oh. Okay, what are you gonna do? Don't tell me you're gonna go become British.
Ireland was on the list of possible places.
Yeah. I've heard good things.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, honestly, like I don't feel like I belong. I don't feel like I belong anywhere. So it's difficult. There's no place that's like that's the place.
Yeah.
It's either too boring or too shitty.
Yeah, and with the United States right now, I would get out.
Yeah, well, for sure. I would love to be able to get out, but I just don't know where to go. And I don't, there's limitations of visas and all that kind of stuff. So there's some places
What
that
about
have
on a work permit?
Yeah, but I'm not working. I haven't worked in like 7 months, 8 months. Where do I even get work? I mean, I can work remotely, but that wouldn't help me with the visa stuff.
Do you have a parent who has EU citizenship?
Nope.
Oh.
I don't have. I could maybe finagle moving to Japan because I have Japanese relatives. But
yeah, but aren't they like super? They're like, we don't want any foreigners.
Yes.
Even if you have Japanese relatives, they're like, I don't care about that.
No, I don't really care for Japan, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm over Japan.
You don't want to go to used to be apartheid country. So
yeah.
I don't know about that one.
Well, I mean, you go back far enough, every country's got a really bad history,
Yeah, but Japan is still kind of, it's really recent.
Yeah.
Ask any of the Koreans. They'll tell
Oh
you.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
So.
But they love Koreans now.
Really? The
Yeah.
Japanese?
Japanese love Koreans.
That's interesting. This doesn't look Rococo at all.
But when I go to Japan, I feel like I'm suffocating.
Really?
Yeah. That's me personally. Just like too constrictive society.
Yeah.
Really uptight.
I would miss the open affection.
Yeah, no open affection isn't. Yeah, it was funny because I'm Western, right? So I was giving people hugs, which is funny. They were laughing.
That's crazy. I would miss it too much.
Well, like, no. I'm weird about giving people hugs. I had to like teach myself how to give people hugs. I'm really? Like, oh, people expect hugs. Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Autism moment.
Yeah. So I still have to kind of talk myself into doing it, but I do it out of like some sort of like, this is the expected thing, Hug time, hug goodbye.
Hug goodbye.
Yeah. I'd rather give a high fives personally.
You'd rather give high fives?
I'm a high five guy, and then when I do that, people get pissed.
What?
People laugh at me when I give them high fives goodbye.
I ask people because since I'm a huggy person, I ask people. I'm like,
Okay.
what do you like?
That's probably
I give them options.
that's probably good. That's probably a good way to handle it.
Yeah, I give them options. I'm like,
Yeah.
if you don't like it, we can do
Bear
a
hug. I don't know.
a bro fist,
Yeah.
or like a handshake, or nothing at all. And so
Yeah.
whatever people choose, I'm like, okay, that's okay. I don't get offended.
How about Taiwan? I don't know. I don't really know that much about Taiwan and like the vibes. I don't know the vibes. I know the food is good. That's about all I know about Taiwan. I don't know like the political situation there. I want to go to a place that's sort of like, no one's paying attention. I want to go to a country where no one's paying attention to it or cares about it or needs to acquire it in some weird, geopolitical.
Look up countries without oil.
Yeah. You saw a doc that Japan has random public hot pool. Well, Japan has lots of hot springs. For sure, there's a big onsen culture. Yeah, but I don't know where that would be. I want to move to some low-key place. It's gotta be low-key, but like not boring at the same time. That's the riddle.
That is the riddle.
Antarctica. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but Antarctica.
At this point,
Antarctica, you're gonna run into some really weird shit. Possibly.
can they be any weirder than the U.S.?
Well, the U.S. has operations in Antarctica,
Oh,
so Egypt is politically strange.
no, don't do that. Don't go to Egypt.
Brazil is very politically strange.
Brazil is cool, but they're going through it right now.
Yeah, they've been going through it for a while.
Yeah.
Good beaches, but I'm not like a beach guy, you know. I don't know. I thought about Portugal for a while.
Why Portugal?
I don't know. Just because they had an open visa thing for a while. I don't know what the situation is now. There's an island north of Scandinavia that's like freezing cold. That like 100 people live there. I watched a documentary on that place. I don't want to live in a cold ass place. Gotta move somewhere though. Hope, I don't know. I don't know what to do about my cat too. That's another problem.
You have a cat?
Yeah.
That is very important, yes.
I have a very unhealthy.
Fat cat?
No, my cat is not fat. No, my relationship with my cat is very symbiotic and I worry about my cat all the time. It's a problem. Yeah, Brazil seems to be, I don't know, man. Sorry, Yao. New Zealand. I've heard New Zealand is.
Yeah, New Zealand.
I've heard New Zealand is really boring.
What?
Whoops! If there's any New Zealanders here, sorry.
You can't. You gotta pick something, Jesse.
I know. That's why I'm paralyzed. I'm stuck in LA. I can't leave.
I feel like New Zealand has something.
I don't know. There's someone who sometimes is on the stream here who's from New Zealand.
He's the one that told you that it's boring?
No, my friend Audrey lived there for like a couple of years and said there was nothing to do. It was boring. But she's also like likes to go to casinos and play poker. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, Solomon Jacket says also, yes, we are boring. Solomon Jack is from New Zealand. Tasmania. I wouldn't want to move to. Also, it's tough to move to like Australia, New Zealand.
Yeah,
It's
if
like,
you want to get eaten by a massive giant spider, that's fun.
yeah, I know. There's so many like deadly animals. That's like that's also not my vibe.
You can die in the heat.
Yeah. South Sudan. I don't know much about South Sudan.
No, do not go to South Sudan right now. They're going through genocide.
Oh. Oops. Yeah, I guess I'm not going there.
Because of the UAE. And do not go to the UAE. We're boycotting the UAE right now. No UAE.
Uh-huh.
They still have slavery in modern day.
Well, America has slavery in modern day.
Yeah.
So, are we any better?
No, but we still are boycotting. I mean, I'm boycotting the U.S. I mean, I can do that because I'm Canadian.
Oh,
but...
yeah. Well, I can't boycott the U.S. because I live here.
Yeah.
But, you know, the U.S. profit prison system is basically modern-day slavery.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
So we ain't no better than the UAE, in my opinion.
No, 100%.
And also we're like...
Probably Canadians, too.
Bombing the planet and shit. We're doing all sorts of bad shit. It's really embarrassing to be an American these days.
Yeah, you guys have the Gestapo or the slave catchers with ice and everything. It's insane.
Yeah, it's like I feel like I'm living in a crazy movie. It's like really fucked up. Rwanda, I don't know much about Rwanda. Except for that movie Hotel Rwanda that came out years ago. Yeah, maybe I'll just like I'll just get really rich and buy an island and...
No, don't buy an island. Don't buy an island.
I mean, just cause one bad guy bought an island doesn't mean I can't buy an island.
No, don't buy an island, Jesse, please.
I'll call it Jesse Stan.
No.
The island of Jesse Stan. And the rule on Jesse Stan Island is breakfast starts at 11.
Exactly. A good answer. Good answer.
Pancakes are served at 11. Yeah, I don't know. I'm stuck. You know, pretty much. I mean, my finances are fucking fucked. I'd have to like save up money to move. And then I'd have to figure out my visa shit, move to a place that has open visas, and then
US specifically, which not many countries might have.
And then it'd have to be like chill for my cat to live there.
Yeah. How much would it cost to bring your cat with you?
I don't know.
Probably a lot, but that's okay. It's worth it. How old is the kitty?
She's like 7.
Oh, the baby.
Um, Oh Cheng says, "Are you kidding me? What? My cat? I don't know. I'm like tied to my cat. I gotta wait till she croaks, and then I can move somewhere." U.S. passport can take you lots of places, but it can't. I mean, like permanent residence. I'm sorry, talking about like being expat, you know, style. Anyway, that's the dilemma we're all talking about. Every time I get together with friends, everyone's talking about how to get out of the U.S.
Yeah.
But where do you go? That's the question. Well, American passport can take you lots of places, but I'm just talking about visa. Work visa is a little bit different. Anyhow, gonna go try to see Arco. Spain? Yeah, Spain's cool. Spain's all right. I was in Spain probably like 20 years ago. It's the last time I was in Spain. Went to Barcelona. I don't know. I don't know much about it. It's nice. That's all I could say, really. I don't know. What is any
maybe
place?
Mexico?
Yeah, a lot of people move to Mexico City. A lot of Americans kind of like have moved to Mexico City.
But then you gotta learn Spanish, and I can help you with that.
Well, I have like really broken Spanish. I can kind of pick out words and things. I took Spanish when I was in high school.
Cool.
But what do you call it? Mexico City is like real sick of Americans, I think is the vibe.
Yeah.
They don't like it.
Yeah, it's because a lot of Americans keep going there and trying to change things for the.
Well, they're changing the economic landscape, right? So
Yeah.
it's causing all of prices to go up for people, rent and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, get those gringos out of here. Yeah, I don't know. I'll just wait for the ambassadors of some country to tell me that they're welcoming me. They say, "Hey Jesse, you should come here. We'd be really psyched."
Huh.
Sometimes I think about France, because France has like a very like enthusiastic cartoon culture, comics culture, but no.
Yeah, but you gotta go see if people are actually like making money, I guess.
Yeah.
Getting work.
Yeah, but they just like value comics and animation there, like culturally. So it feels like, in some ways, when I've hung out in France, I've been like, wow, they really care about comics here.
That's nice.
So that's a nice feeling. Yeah, there's Angoulême, there's Annecy. I hung out in Angoulême for like 3 months. I did the residency there years ago, and it's cool. I like the French people. I could make comics for Kim Jong-un. I guess I could. I don't know. I mean, he's got to find me. Abduct me and take me to his palace with what's his name, the basketball guy. Dennis Rodman. I'm just rambling.
Are you okay?
Huh?
You okay?
Yeah. I'm not sure if I want to work on another scene. I think I'm done for the night. Let's see here. What's this next scene I gotta do? Let me check it out. Export scene 21. 21? 21. Here it is.
Hey, stop it! You see? It works.
That's what I gotta do.
Hey, stop it! You see? It works.
That's gonna be an all day scene. Yeah, I'm gonna work on that tomorrow. I've got that, and I gotta do this scene.
Okay, I believe you. Put your Audi away. I'm not done defending myself.
And then I gotta do this scene. This scene, there's nothing happens in this scene. This is just a title card. So I really have 2 more scenes to do. But then I gotta
You're very close.
But then I have to redo the first like 4 scenes because I switched to a different brush a quarter of the way through this project. I don't know. That probably won't take too long, but I gotta do that because it's gonna drive me crazy if I don't. And then I might try to put a noise on some of the line work so that it feels more alive. So we'll see. And then that's it. So really 2 more scenes. I could probably bang that out by tomorrow. Any tips for giving drawings volume? What do you know about? You know something about me or something? You know that I had a problem with volume early on in my animation career? I think I still kind of draw kind of flat, to be honest. Let's see. Let's take a look at some volume. How do you give things volume?
That's a great question.
Let's see. File, new, create. All right. So we're looking at this. Flatness can be funny, for sure. I remember when the first storyboard I did for Adventure Time was an episode called Crystals of Power. Let me try to draw the way I was drawing Finn and Jake back then. Let's see here. So when I drew Finn and Jake back then, into that, I drew like a big. Oops. Anyway. And then we draw Jake. It's hard to remember how I used to do this. So, I think I drew a big snout in the early days. um, Oops. Oh, I drew this on the background. Damn it. Yeah, I didn't do it like that. I adopted that later.
Jesse, did you hear that they're finally pulling Adobe Animate?
Yes, I did hear about this.
How do you feel?
Oh, well, I feel like all the people I know that love Adobe Animate are going to be pretty mad. But I've never used Adobe Animate, so...
I've tried animating on it, honestly. I have no clue how people did it.
Yeah.
It is wizardry.
Adobe Animate was the main, like, in-house program at Titmouse. I know everyone was doing Adobe Animate. Titmouse. Midnight Gospel was Adobe Animate.
Really?
Yeah. Do I speak French? No. So anyway, I used to draw Finn and Jake sort of like this, I guess. And then so like if you turn them, it's like turning paper, you know?
Oh, hold on. Give me a sec. I want to see this. Lord ads. Oh my
Anyway,
God.
it wasn't quite that bad, but you know,
send a screenshot because I cannot see this. There's like
okay.
bunch of ads. Oh, nice fit. Who is this with you? Bradford.
Oh, Bradford.
So many Transformers. I'm so jealous. What?
Oh yeah. So I remember like, you know, in Crystals Have Power, like Finn would look or something.
Oh yeah.
And it would be like really flat. And I remember watching that episode, being like, "Holy shit, my stuff has no this stuff has no volume." So then I started thinking about, okay, well, Finn is like a tube. He's like a pill.
Yeah, he is.
So I just started thinking about like a pill instead of paper cutout, you know. And I've never been like a huge volume kind of like, but I just started thinking everything as tubes. Tubes. Keep the lines parallel.
For avoiding tangents, a good trick is cheat it. If things are matching up exactly, no they aren't. Move something.
Yeah.
Slightly
well,
here,
I have weird opinions about tangents. But
there's ways to use them to create like tension in a scene, but
yeah,
especially if you want to show depth, tangents flatten things out.
Yeah, tangents can flatten things out for sure. Yeah. But like I don't know. I just started thinking of things as tubes. And then all of a sudden, you know, it's not perfect, but my volumes got better.
Yeah.
Pill boxes, pill sausages, whatever, you know. Round. I just think about like
that is a very cursed drawing on the of Finn on the very left. He's just staring into space. sending me? I'm putting this in the chat.
You know? And Jake is interesting because actually his snout and his eyes are sort of Picasso-like. They're not... They don't quite make sense in physics. The way his eyes sit behind his snout and poke out at the same time. But I don't know. I just started thinking of things more like beans and stuff, like little bean bags. But I'm not like super, you know, I'm not super prioritizing. I think about volume, but I don't, for me, it's like, is the drawing cool or not? That's sort of my rubric of whether or not I'm satisfied with the drawing. When it comes to volume, I love like Richard, that's why I love Richard Corbin, because he's like the master of volume. But for me, I don't mind if things are sort of graphic and flat. I'll lean into flatness if I feel like it looks cool. It's all about what feels feels good to look at. It's really volume is something like when you get deep into craft, and like, you know, a house style or something like that, and like everyone has to draw the same way and all that kind of stuff. And I think like if you were drawing for Ghibli, you had to draw in that Miyazaki style, you know, it's really strict. But
5 million revisions. 5 million revisions.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember being really upset about when Crystals Have Power came in, and I remember Penn telling me that he thought my drawings were really funny and that I shouldn't worry about it. So that made me feel better. But after that, I did really try to consciously change the way I was approaching volume. Just thinking about it more instead of taking a drawing for granted, thinking about, you know, whether what was happening with the shapes. You know, how everything works together. I don't know, but then you can like do funny shit. I don't know. You know, there's no real rules. Is what it comes down to. It's like you make a drawing that you think is fun, and if you're not working within a house style, then who gives a shit? You just make the drawing that you think. You just have to be sort of intentional. I think having intention behind your designs and the way you're depicting things, like, oh, I want this to have volume, then you should. But if you're like, I want this to just look, you know, I want this to look like, you know, segmented and fucked up, and I don't know, then you don't have to follow those sorts of volume house rules or anything, because there's no how, you're not working for a studio or something. You can do whatever you want. I think it's all about like having the tools. You know, you've got the tools that you could do it if you wanted to. But I could never work for Ghibli. I can't draw in Ghibli style. That's like beyond my capabilities. I can't. I've never been like a draw on model kind of guy. I've always been like, you know, oh, okay, so Finn he's got a hat and he's got a circle, and you know it's Finn. That's always been me. Like, there are these like signifiers that it's this character, and then beyond that, I'm just like having a good time. Luckily, I got to work on a show like that where they didn't care so much about staying on model. I remember when I worked on when I worked on Summer Camp Island, I think on the second season, we got these new, I was used to drawing the characters a certain way. And then they were like, we updated the models. So you have to draw the characters this way now. And I can't remember what they look like. Something. But I just didn't change the way I was drawing them. I can't. There's some Camp Island characters look like. Summer Camp Island. Oh yeah. Oh. I mean, if you're storyboarding, like, really you're just trying to get across the emotions. I've seen someone, it was funny, I've seen someone criticize my storyboarding, saying that I always just draw people expressionless with this. Just the arched eyebrows, you know? No matter what, if they're sad, if they're happy, if they're angry or scared, it's always just arched eyebrows. And I was like, you know what? I think they're right. I think I always do the arched eyebrow. I default to arched eyebrows. But that's because sometimes I do this. Sometimes I do Charlie Brown. You know, like that. And then sometimes I'll do, if someone's sad, you know, I do that. And then if someone's really angry, I like to draw like aggressive, you know.
Okay, I'm gonna skedaddle and go off to sleep.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
Good night.
Good night.
No, you're all good.
Thanks for calling in.
Good night.
Take it easy.
No worries. Bye-bye. Take it easy.
Let's see here. I don't CJ do you improvise without thinking too much? I don't think too much. I just think about, I try to feel what the character is feeling, and a lot of times because my personality is, no matter what I'm going through, I stay sort of flat, you know? I don't deviate too much from that usually. And so for me, if a character is always going like Jack Black, you know, if characters are always like Jack Black, I'm like, then you don't feel the importance of like when a emotion hits or an expression hits, like to go from, if you default to mostly this all the time, you know, in Pixar movies, the problem with like modern day 3D movies is that they're like, their faces are just going fucking crazy all the time. You know, I can't even, every second it's like a new extreme emotion all the time. And it's like, how are you supposed to? And then they slow down. What they do is when they want to really hit a beat, they'll finally slow the scene down, slow the emotion down. Especially for like a sad moment, they'll slow everything down, and then everything else is like ramped up to 100 miles an hour with different expressions. And I like to do the opposite. I like to be like I like to be like here most of the time. But if you're constantly changing expressions, it means that like you're constantly like performing. You're constantly like deflecting, and emotions are performative rather than internal. So, you know, I can watch a movie like, I can enjoy a movie like K-pop Demon Hunters or whatever. Like I had fun watching that movie, but it does bother me on some level that they can't chill. They can't sit with a normal, like they get scared. The storyboarders and the directors are afraid if emotion stays neutral for too long. And I think most people I would say are going through life like sort of experiencing life in like a neutral state. We're not judging every moment unless you're like 7 years old or something. But most people are just like, you know, low-key observing. And even it takes so much to push your emotion into you first, like, before you even reach a point of being sad about something, you have to like dwell on it, on like what it means to you or whatever. You don't just like start crying right away, even if like if some big tragedy happens. Like it takes a while to even process it. You have to like spend time thinking about it. Yeah, if you're hyper reactive, like, then nothing is important. That it's, you know, if everything's important, then nothing's important, right? So that's sort of my problem with like modern 3D Western cartoons, is there's nothing internal happening. It's all external. I'm not a Spunko guy. Well, okay, so Spunko, like, what they were trying to do is they were trying to push emotions into like this extreme aggro all the time. Everything is like, everything is like internal torture, like externalization of the internal like trying to find the expression of internal torture and ugliness and despair, and like channel that through cartoons. And I really identified with that when I was growing up. Torture and despair and humiliation. That's like Spunko. um, and like finding each pose that could like sort of channel that. So that's a whole even different thing, because I think they were trying to channel this thing that was like extremely internal, extremely deep inside, and like show it on the surface. Whereas something like K-pop Demon Hunters is like externalizing something that never was internal in the first place. It's all just operating on the surface. Whereas, okay, like K-pop Demon Hunters is like bobbing around on a little boat, and Spunko is like this sea demon underneath that's like constantly coming up and terrorizing the surface. Yeah. But, and I really like, when I was in middle school watching that stuff, I really identified with it. I identified with this like monster under the surface that's sort of constantly terrorizing the people on the boat. And so part of me still is like that, but I also have this other part of me that is it's just like neutral. Some reason, like I default to this neutral state. Even if, you know, whatever, this raised eyebrow default. That's like where I start from. Yeah, I would say if there's something to say for the Spunko house style, was that they, you know, they were, because at that time in the 90s, like cartoons weren't allowed to look that far into the psyche. But you had like before that, you had like Looney Tunes that would touch on that kind of stuff. And, you know, you had, I was talking about this with a friend of mine. Like there were lots of like suicide jokes and stuff in Looney Tunes that were like played as like French sort of like tragic comedy, you know. Daffy Duck or Bugs Bunny would be like lighting a cigarette and like trying to blow their brains out or whatever. You know, things like that, like real poetic kind of. Oh, look at my fucking Bugs Bunny. What the fuck is, I don't even know what Bugs Bunny looks like. Yeah. Yeah, they'd be playing like Russian roulette and, you know, that kind of thing. And I think as a kid, immediately I knew what they were going, I knew what they were doing, and it was really funny. And it's like joking around about death and stuff. Was as a child, you get it, you know. I used to sit in math class and just like pretend to blow my brains out over and over again because I hated math so much. Yeah, Goodbye Cruel World jokes, yeah, for sure. That shit is very funny. But it's also like you know, if you really investigate it, it's like really tragic, and it's part of the the tapestry of life, I guess you could say. But as a child, I don't think I just like clocked it as like, you know, humorous. Never, you know, never felt off to me. Where Ren and Stimpy kind of pushed it further, where I'd be like looking around, making sure my parents weren't watching me watch, you know? There's something about it felt like more twisted. Yeah, you know, the same thing with like when I saw what's it called, Turning Red, right? Every second is like a different expression. Less than a second, it's like every half a second is a new extreme, you know, expression. Or whatever. Um, and it's like, but you know, I don't want to rag on it too much because I enjoyed watching those movies. I really enjoyed watching K-pop Demon Hunters, but like, and I enjoyed Turning Red too. I don't really remember anything about it, you know, but in the moment, it's like fun. But I remember watching it and being like, man, these expressions are so hyperactive. It's almost like an insecurity complex that these animator or the storyboarders have, that if they don't push everything every second, they're gonna get fired or something, or they're gonna they're gonna lose their job to some person who can push it even further and faster, you know. Yeah, Zootopia. I haven't even seen Zootopia, but what makes that different than, you know, Daffy Duck? Like, I don't know. Is that the same thing that's going on in Looney Tunes? Like, are they changing their expressions every second? I don't know. I'll have to like go watch. I'll have to compare. Like watching, I'll watch Turning Red and then watch a bunch of Looney Tunes. Maybe it's the same thing. Maybe I'm just like nitpicking shit. You know, that's just like not quite my style. I was making a show called Hungry Ghost. I was making a show called Hungry Ghost that might show up on the Warner Brothers YouTube channel, and I was trying to channel Looney Tunes a little bit, but I also was trying to channel like 80s friendship cartoons and stuff. So it would still have that like it would still have that like contemplative aspect to it. I think the what's different is that like I'm not just into these like hyperactive cartoons, you know, even though I was like super into Ren and Stimpy when I was growing up. I also loved Ralph Bakshi cartoons like Wizards and stuff, and what's that, Wizards? Is that what was going on here? And Wizards is so slow. What Wizards look like? I can't remember. Wizards is really contemplative. It's like hippie contemplation kind of thing. So that's like also part of my DNA. It's just like sitting and letting something play out, letting a moment play out, and let silence play out, and let, you know, let a character have no emotions. Let a character be neutral, expressing nothing. And what do you see? What does the viewer see in nothing? You know, what's the viewer see in nothing? It's like looking into a mirror. You're forced to grapple with your own experience of experiencing like a neutral face. You know, they call that neutral face, like when you hold a baby and you don't give the baby anything to look at, you just like stare blankly at a baby, the baby starts crying because they're like, I don't know what you're feeling right now. It's fucking disorienting. It's like scaring the shit out of me. I remember hearing about neutral face and I was like, holy shit, I do neutral face all the time. I must be like, you know, on some atomic level, like making people uncomfortable. Yeah. Yeah, Rocko's Modern Life, yeah, and like SpongeBob, and maybe Rocko's Modern Life more, a little bit more like low key, right? And then you have shows that are like on all the complete opposite side of the spectrum, like Doug or whatever, which I never liked Doug. My brother loved Doug though. I think that's kind of why sometimes I like get my brother to help write stuff with me, because Justin liked Doug, and I want to tap into that more contemplative side of things. JC Vesinator says, by the way, I loved Hungry Ghost, super funny. Showed you some presents. Did you show them the animatic that's online? Or do you have a copy of the original print? Anyway, I don't know how I got on this tangent talking about. Oh, the animatic, yeah. Talking about storyboard acting. Oh, I guess it started from talking about drawing volume. Anyway, sometimes I worry about like live streaming and talking shit, and that maybe I'll get in trouble or something. But I'm trying not to actually talk shit. I'm trying to be fair, I guess, about my assessment of things and not be too judgmental. Because I keep trying to say, hey, you know, I did enjoy watching K-pop Demon Hunters, so don't get me wrong. But I'm just thinking about that. The like paranoia of like feature film storyboarding, of like not being like all over the place is enough or whatever, as emotionally like hyperactive. I think they're worried that they're going to lose the audience or something. if it's too meditative or something. I don't know. Maybe they're right. They've done enough like audience testing, focus group testing to know that they'll lose a kid's attention if they don't switch emotions every second. Yeah, it's fear-based storyboarding. Maybe that's how you get really good at storyboarding. You have to be constantly afraid that you're not as good as your peers. I mean, that is part of competition, I guess. Yeah, they have to compete with Skibidi Toilet for sure. Video games can move at a pretty glacial pace. Like if you think about like Red Dead Redemption or whatever, and like Cyberpunk, those games move at such a glacial pace. So I don't know. I don't know if pacing is as important as people think. I think it's just like really it's about immersion. You know? I think. It doesn't have to be all blam, 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 blam all the time. I think if you feel immersed and you feel like absorbed into the world and invested, I don't think it has to be like crazy all the time with the expressions, the acting or whatever. But every time I watch it behind the scenes of like the storyboarders that work on feature films, it's like it seems so proud of like how manic their shit is. So there's some sort of competitiveness about that, I think. Just like a default competitiveness of like achieving maximum manic posing. Why not go to a rave? I don't know. Well, I'm into immersion and I hate raves, so that doesn't work for me. Like when I think of immersion, I think of like Stanley Kubrick, you know. That's like the ultimate immersion, filmmaking immersion is like Eyes Wide Shut or like The Shining or 2001. He really knew how to do it. Yeah. Rapid editing shows lack of confidence. Yeah, for sure. I think for the most part, not always. Sometimes I think it can be. It depends. I think, but if you default to that, like you know, if it doesn't feel, I don't know. Yeah, if you just default that way, like I feel like what's his name, Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels guy, is just like a pure like insecurity filmmaking. Love Jesus too. Any tips on psychedelic art? Psychedelic art, I think, is just externalizing internal feelings through visuals rather than through dialogue. So you just have to be able to be in touch with your like inner world and and externalize what's like appearing to you inside her. Does that make sense? It doesn't have to make sense. It just has to feel right. And then, you know, the term psychedelic is really broad term, so it can mean kind of anything in a lot of ways. So, you know, it doesn't have to be anything to do with like with drugs or anything like that. Yeah, Skibidi Toilet is very psychedelic, actually. All right. Well, I've been rambling for a while. I'm probably going to jump off. Maybe play some video games or something. Read a book. Try to read a book, maybe. All right. All right, y'all. Thanks for hanging out with me on the Monday. Y'all take it easy now. Bye.